Hi, I am Elephant. Today let's see the second part of Farming Life in Another World. In the first part, the main character Hirako traveled to another world and built a farm with an omnipotent farming tool given by the god. Now the farm is bigger and bigger, and he attracts a vampire beauty, Rue, to be his wife. Rue casts magic to make the toilet lit so it can be seen clearly at night. She also helps Hirako collect salts, and they can finally enjoy more delicious food. Just when they are slowly perfecting the farm, the spider in charge of guarding issues an early warning. It turns out that an angel girl has been caught, which is exactly the same as when Rue was caught. Hirako rescues the girl, and the angel girl heals her body with just a simple magic. At this time, Hirako discovers that Rue intends to escape quietly, and the angel girl immediately heads to capture Rue when she sees her, only to be beaten up by the demon wolves. Later, Hirako takes the angel girl back to the farm, and then learns the truth during the chat. It turns out that the angel girl is named Tia. As I mentioned before, Rue is a pharmacist, and she blew up the houses of nobles while researching strange potions. The angel girl was invited by the nobles of the city to capture Rue back. Tia is curious about the relationship between Hirako and Rue shyly says that Hirako is her honey bun. From their conversation, it seems that Tia and Rue actually have a good relationship. At this time, Rue suddenly invites Tia to live here, and as for why Rue wants Tia to stay, it is because she feels so tired to help on the farm alone. After that, Rue takes Tia to visit the whole farm. During then, she introduces many vegetables that Tia does not know, and asks Tia to help harvest spinach. Hirako invites Tia to taste the spinach he has grown, and Tia is surprised. It is the first time she has eaten such fresh vegetables. What makes Tia most happy is that she eats the strawberry for the first time, and she is completely conquered by the sweet and sour taste. Tia feels a sense of accomplishment during today's farm work. And finally, at Rue's strong request, Tia also decides to stay here. After Tia joins them, the farm is perfected more smoothly. Tia and Rue cast magic to help Hirako construct the farm, and they perfect many of the farm's facilities during this time. As time passes by, Tia hopes that Hirako can grow more strawberries, but Hirako says that because of the lack of manpower on the farm, he will be too busy if he increases the planting area. At this time, they find several little demon wolves, which turn out to be bred by the demon wolves, and the space of the hut built before is no longer enough. So Hirako specially builds an area for demon wolves. However, the spider also gives birth to many little spiders. They need to get food from the farm, and the pressure is growing. Tia seems to have thought of something, and she tells Hirako that she wants to go out. After a short while, Tia takes a group of elven girls to the farm. This group of elves originally lived in the far north, but because of the war, they lost their home and wandered away for many years. Now the farm happens to be short of manpower, so Tia invites them to join the farm. In this way, Hirako has gained a group of beautiful elven beauties, and incidentally solved the problem of the lack of manpower. With more new members joining, more new houses should be built, so the elven girls start to help build new houses. Though looking weak, the elves actually have very strong power. Soon, a large villa is built. Hirako is also very happy to see that these beautiful girls can live here with peace of mind. Soon this group of elves is engaged in farming. They are not only industrious but also very smart, and they become familiar with their work in a short time. What surprises Hirako the most is that this group of elven beauties can even forge iron, and with their help, Hirako gains the first iron pot. He can't help but feel that the elves can do anything. At this time, an elven beauty reminds him that there is one job they can't do on their own, which is to reproduce. The elves then offer to eat toast, and after obtaining Hirako's permission, they get to be busy making toast. Soon, the delicious toast is finished. Seeing that there are more and more members coming to his farm, Hirako asks Rue whose territory here belongs to, and Rue says that this place does not belong to anyone, but in terms of the sphere of influence, it should be considered the territory of the Demon King. Hearing this, Hirako is taken aback, and Rue tells him not to worry, saying that they built this place without the help of the Demon King. So to be precise, this is the territory of Hirako. As time passes by, Hirako intends to farm as usual. Just then, he finds that the spider has caught a large bee back, which turns out to be the queen bee, and the spider hopes that Hirako can keep the queen bee on the farm as well. Hirako then helps the queen bee build a shed, where the queen bee builds her own hive. Except for the queen bee with a large size, other normally attracted worker bees have normal size. Otherwise, this shed will not be able to accommodate these bees. It seems that soon Hirako will be able to gain honey. After that, Hirako starts another job, intending to build a reservoir on his farm to make it easier to irrigate the farmland. He first digs a huge puddle near the farm, and then uses the omnipotent farming tool to solidify the soil to create a canal that will not leak. With the help of the elves, it takes them 2 days to channel water from distant rivers into the reservoir. Unexpectedly, there is an unexpected gain from this work. Hiraku has gained many ugly strange fish in the reservoir. He grills these strange fish and gives them to Ru and Tia, who were afraid to eat these strange fish from the death forest at first, but they barely eat a bite after they see that Hiraku is okay after eating it. Later, they are immediately overwhelmed by this taste. Other elven beauties also come to eat the food. After that, Hiraku preserves the unfinished strange fish by salting. With the reservoir, Hiraku intends to grow rice of the human world. He is busy doing that with the omnipotent farming tool from day to night, and finally cultivates a rice paddy. He pours water from the reservoir into the rice paddy, and then asks the elves to take off their shoes and step into the rice paddy. After a short while, Hiraku takes some seedlings and begins teaching them how to plant seedlings. The elves are very good at learning, and they quickly master the technique of rice planting. In this way, the cultivation of rice is successfully completed. Thanks to the blessing of the omnipotent farming tool, rice is soon grown. With the help of the elves, they quickly harvest rice. Hiraku takes these harvested ears of rice into the house after drying, and then transforms the omnipotent farming tool into a thresher to thresh them. After that, he uses a sieve to filter out the leaves and some impurities, and finally puts them into a stone mortar to remove the husk. Finally, the rice is harvested. Hiraku cooks the rice and makes it into rice balls, which are then filled with dried fish and distributed to the girls present. These girls eat rice for the first time, and they are all overwhelmed by the rare taste. They start to lament that the hard work these days is worth it. Hiraku then takes the girls to work in the rice paddy. The elves will cast magic to remove the dirt from their bodies each time they finish working. This frustrates Hiraku, who can't cast magic. Just then, he comes up with the idea of building a bathhouse on the farm. So he draws a drawing of a bathhouse, which shows not only the reservoir, but also a furnace for boiling water. In this way, they can soak in a hot spring inside the bathhouse. After that, they start to work again. Now with new members joining, they can work very fast, and it only takes them a few days to build the bathhouse in the drawing. At this time, Hiraku thinks of a problem, that is, how to deal with the wastewater from bathing. If the wastewater is discharged into the river, it will cause secondary pollution. Tia comes up with a solution, which is to catch a few slimes back. It turns out that in this world, slimes specialize in eating waste products and dead organic matter to purify the environment. So Tia goes out to capture some slimes, and Hiraku builds a pool for slime to purify in the wastewaterway. Finally, the bathhouse is completed. Hiraku wanted to teach the girls how to use the bathhouse at first, but the girls directly ask Hiraku to demonstrate it himself. So Hiraku takes off his clothes in front of the girls, leaving only a pair of shorts, and then teaches them how to bathe like humans. He soaks in the pool with hot water, feeling very happy in an instant. Seeing Hiraku enjoying it so much, the girls all take off their clothes and soak in the pool. Hiraku doesn't expect the girls in this world to be so open, and they all have a good day. Soon after, the demon wolf takes back 5 elven beauties from outside, and these elves are the lost partners of the elves who first came to the farm. Soon, they get used to life on the farm. Now that there are new members joining, they begin to build a new house. The demon wolf leader looks at Hiraku's life and a memory flashes into his mind. It turns out that the demon wolf leader was the legendary hell demon wolf, which was very powerful, and then he met a female wolf who was stronger than him, and they fell in love. Later, the female wolf became pregnant. Unfortunately, they met the king of the forest, the grappler bear. In the battle with the bear, they were injured and lost the ability to forage. Just when they thought they were going to die, they met Hiraku. The demon wolf leader could feel the powerful mana on the omnipotent farming tool of Hiraku, thinking that he was going to be killed, but unexpectedly, Hiraku adopted them and fed them delicious wild boar. What Hiraku doesn't know is that the wild boars he hunted are very terrifying monsters in the forest. And there is another rule in this world, that is, the females of this world are much stronger than males. Seeing that Hiraku has conquered so many females, the demon wolf leader becomes very in awe of Hiraku. That brings the end of this part. Hiraku doesn't know anything about his powerful strength, and he thinks he's the weakest, but he's actually the most powerful being. As the farm gets bigger and bigger, can he protect his territory? Well, today's video ends here. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye!